Okay, so the idea today, we are going to share some information about TPRS. I would like that you can share, like very briefly, information about yourself if you want to. Where are you? And your expectation about this workshop that is going to be for 1 hour, 11 to 12 East time. So I would like that probably Rita can start sharing like a brief information about yourself.
Yes, I'm in Muncie, Indiana, and I taught ESL for a long time, but I'm not teaching right now. I'm retired, but I might do some volunteer work. And I have some idea of what TPR.
RS, yes,
Where's the
ma'am.
S? What does the S mean? I'm not
Yes, I'm
familiar.
gonna explain that. I'm gonna explain that
Okay,
very, yeah,
okay,
in the presentation.
all right. So I thought maybe I would get some information that might be useful to me if I want to volunteer.
Perfect. Excellent. Okay. Very welcome. Nidia, do you want to share about yourself? Where are you? And about something that you want to share?
So I'm from Muncie, Indiana. I live in Muncie, Indiana, and I work with Rita. We've done this together. And when I say we were a very good team, currently I'm teaching Spanish, but in the future I would like to go back to doing some ESL work.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, excellent. And I have Karina Jackson. Do you want to share?
Hello. Sure. Can you hear me?
Yes, I
Yes.
can. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I am an ESL fourth and fifth grade teacher. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana, and I'm just trying to learn more about different strategies to help my students, and I'm excited to be here.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, good job. So I'm gonna start and I'm gonna give you some minutes to share about yourself, the rest of the participants. So I'm Saide Gonzalez. I am working with TPRS books. TPRS is a method that we are using and is basically the fastest way to get to fluency, which is very nice and very good to know. We as teachers that we are teaching different languages, so we are going to learn about TPRS. What is the plan for TESOL or teaching that with English as a second language? And we are going to share some results that we have about some research things that we are doing. And we are going to leave a class. We are going to learn some Hungarian. Okay? So we are going to be together for mostly one hour. And the idea is that first I would like that you can scan this code and you can just share with me your information because TPRS is working this year, especially very close with TESOL teachers. So if you are in the list with this QR code, you're gonna receive a lot of information, special discounts, and free stuff like materials or whatever that we are going to during this year. So I would like to have your information that's the way to do it. Okay. So if you can do it, or I can send you the link in the chat if this is something that is kind of difficult. Okay. I would like also that you can put your email in the chat. Okay. If this is not like an easy thing for you, you can just share with me your email and then I can be in contact with you. Okay. Basically, your name and your email. So, this is the team. This is Blaine, that is the inventor of TPRS. This is Bond, that is his son, and he is working as a CEO in the company. Craig Chihai, our director of training and TPRS University. Jeremy, that is the person in charge of some like email marketing and also is a writer. So he's writing a lot of books for TPRS and also a teacher and presenter. And this is the team that is working with me very close with Latin America, with teachers that are teaching English or Spanish in Latin America, and also TESOL. Okay? So the first thing is this is the link. If it was not easy for you guys to have the code, this is the link. I am going to share with you the presentation. So this is a resource for you and also the recording. of this workshop, okay? Now, we are going to share some results about TPRS. We are going to learn a little about TPRS 2.0, that is the book that we would like to share with you today. This is in our website, and this has all the information that we would like to share with you about TPRS. This is the book that we are having, and it was landed last year. And you are going to experience a lesson with me. I'm going to teach Hungarian. That is a language that probably um, is very weird, you know. My brother lives in Hungary, so I am very interested to learn Hungarian because of my nieces. So that's the reason, okay? How fast can I get my student to solid level of fluency? So this is a question, probably a problem, right? Because sometimes we are teaching a language as a second language, English, Spanish, French, whatever, and then we need that our students can get to a fluency that they can communicate. So we would like to have intermediate fluency in our students. And sometimes it's not an easy task. That's why the method, Rita, that means teaching proficiency through reading and storytelling. So the S is for storytelling. So you guys and me and mostly all human being is very interested like in stories, right? So we are very like interested to know about what happened. Oh, when we chat with friends, we would like to know what's going on with you, right? Probably we are having some time free and we said, oh, I'm going to watch a story in Netflix, like a movie or whatever. So TPRS is a method of second language teaching that use highly effective techniques and skills to provide the best reach. We are going to see what means reach. Input, leveraging the power of stories to create fluency and the fastest way known to acquire the language. This creates an atmosphere like that is very easy, okay? Our students feel that it's an easy thing. When you are hearing the language, you can understand, you can comprehend, and then you can produce, you can be a good in communication, okay? At the end of the session, we're gonna have some like time for like questions, but because it's a short, like 1 hour, I'm gonna give you the information, and then if you have a question, you can write it down, and then we can discuss. How long does it take to reach intermediate fluency? Do you want to tell me like how many like years? Probably if you have a student, like it's probably Rita case, like a person that is coming to the United States and probably kind of illiterate, not some literacy. And then how many years do you think that you need to be able to speak, to have intermediate fluency? Let me check the chat and I will share that with you. So let's see. 1, 2 years, a year. Oh, wow. Good, good, good. Let's see. So accordingly with the research that we have, this is for Spanish, but it's mostly the same for other languages. You will need to have at least 4 years to reach intermediate low, okay? And if you want to be intermediate, like medium, like in the middle of intermediate or high, you need at least 7 years. This is something that is a result of research. I'm going to give you all the links and then you can go and take a look. But this is mostly what happened with different languages, okay? So it seems that if you want to speak, because mostly we would like that our students can speak, so you will need at least like 70, 750, 600 hours, okay? So it's a long period of time, right? And the good thing is this is like something that we are doing with Spanish, and it says that you need to like 4 or 5 years to get to an intermediate level. This is more like research. But with TPRS, we can have results faster, okay? Karen Lichman has a lot of like research. I'm gonna give you this like links and then you can check it out. But the thing is that we have a lot of investigation and research that says that TPRS is the fastest way that you can have as a teacher to give this fluency to your students. So we are going to just check what is the purpose of language. What is the purpose of language? And it, of course, is to communicate. So we are trying to give our students the possibility to communicate, and this is a very important thing. So what we would like to do, and what is the purpose of a language class? Get students to communicate and speak fluently and spontaneously without thinking, right? Because sometimes you have students that they would like to speak, but they need to translate, right? On the brain. Or they need to think about the grammar, about the word, about the vocabulary that they need. So we would like that this process can be like something natural without thinking about the language, okay? So TPRS is about this. And this is some like important questions like we need to know about the communication, and it's important to know what is communication. How do we acquire the language to communicate? And how do we become fluent? These are three things that we need to know the answer. And we are going to talk about this just now. So, what is communication? And this is something that Bill Van Patten like is a definition, and is the expression, interpretation, and sometimes negotiation of meaning in a given context. And communication has a purpose. So TPRS is a method that is based in this definition. Okay? So we are talking in a TPRS, and we are trying to share with you guys that we as a teachers, we need to be very like focused in this definition. We would like that our students can express themselves and of course understand, and they can speak in the process. So this is like more explanation. Expressions is referring to the production. Interpretation, of course, is comprehension. You need to comprehend what is happening, right? If you are in a bank, if you are looking for a restroom in a hotel, if you are doing some errand, if you are going to the groceries, you need to have comprehension. Negotiation, clarification, confirmation. So, oh, what you say is blah, 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 right? You need to negotiate, like sometimes meaning that is information, of course, in a context, because it's not the same if I'm talking with my husband or with my boss or with something, some person that is a strange for me, is a stranger. So context refers to the participants and the settings, and the purpose is non-language related reason to interact. Okay? So this is the communication definition that comes from Bill Van Patten, and it's something that TPRS always share because this is the base of our method. The second question is, how do we acquire the language to communicate? And of course, is because you will have comprehensible input, something that you hear and you understand, and is comprehended input. And it refers in easy words that you need to understand what are you hearing and what are you going to do with that. So what is a good in class, because we are doing classes, right? To do, we need to speak in 90% in the target language with 100% of comprehension, right? And how we can do this? What do we mean by input? That is the comprehensible input. Is the input language that the learners hear or see in a communicative context. And this comprehensible input, this input that you are going to give to your students, the vocabulary, the expressions, the things that you are doing during class, it needs to be repetitive interesting, needs to be comprehensible, and high frequency words. So we have a limited time during the week to do our classes. I don't know how many hours, probably 45 minutes, 1 hour, twice per week, but we have a limited time with our students. So we need to be very intentional to do this, to give them comprehensible input that is repetitive, interesting, comprehensible, and with high frequency words. So this is the thing that we are using in TPRS. And it's because, of course, we have large languages, for example, English, mostly 900,000 of words, and we need to be very intentional with the words that we are using with our students, because some words we are not using like with like a lot when we are talking, right? It's like sharpener, for example, or a word that you are not using like all the days, but there are words that you need to use all days. So I'm have a quick question. If you want to have a 60% of comprehension in a day that you are speaking, let's say English or Spanish or whatever in your life, how many words you need to know, having in mind that for example, in English we have 900,000 words. How many words you need to know if you need to have a comprehension of 60%? You can put it in the chat. I am curious. Let's see. Ricardo, you don't say anything. Let's see. Give me a number. You can tap. You can just in the chat say, I don't know. Oh, okay, Karina. 500,000. Wow. What do you say, Rita? Nidia, Carmen, Nahid, how many words you need? Oh, wow. Okay. So this is a good information because you, as a teacher, you only need to teach 50 words, high frequency words, and then your student is gonna understand or comprehend 60% of a book. Let's say that we are reading a book and I have 50 words in English, in Spanish, in Italian, in French. With these 50 words, then you're gonna understand 60% whatever you're doing, reading an article or reading a book or speaking with someone. What do you think about 85%? If you want to understand 85, you will need 1,000. So this is the thing. We as teachers, we need to focus in these 50 words, right? And then our student is gonna understand 60% of the language. What do you think? Are you amazed? Because when I heard this, the first time that I was in a TPRS workshop, I was like, oh, wow, I want this. I want this. It's really special and very important information. Okay, let me read the messages. 50 words in the class, let's say for hopefully the first semester. If you're teaching in a school and you have 4 quarters, then in your first and second quarter, you can cover easily 50 words. And then your student is gonna understand 60%. Okay? So let's see, because we need to keep going. Limit vocabulary to a few hundred words per year using guide words and key phrases. So what is the idea with TPRS? We are going to give you the words and all that you need, because we already have the curriculum and the material to know what vocabulary you need to use, of course, because you need to know. But this limit vocabulary is going to give you 60% of comprehension for your class, for your students, which is amazing, especially with this like volunteer work that probably you are doing, Rita. I was a volunteer like 1 year ago, and I know that the people that needs to speak English quickly, they need to do it, in a fastest way because they need to communicate urgently. How do we become fluent? Okay, so fluency comes from input plus interaction. So you need to give to your students this input with these high frequency words, and then you need to interact with them, have conversations, okay? An opportunity to express. So what our students need as TESOL teachers is that our students can communicate, and then they have this environment that is safe, and then they can have a lot of results. So to be fluent, your language must to be robust, not weak. When you hear your students, you need to hear, oh wow, he's confident, he's strong and healthy, he is not let's say having a hard time to say anything, right? So robust refers to production. Robust is the thing for production. Robust is when students can answer with confidence, with accuracy, and no hesitation. So when you can hear that your student can say a little chunk, a little part of something that you're talking for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and he can say it, she can say it back. So you can see that he's robust, okay? Okay, so we already answered the questions. And of course, did I communicate with a purpose? Did I give rich input? Did I give students an opportunity to express? So this is our test after every class. We need to ask us, did I do what I need to do? That is do these 3 questions. Now, in this part of the session that we are having today, we're gonna share something about TPRS 2.0, okay? And it's the recipe that we are doing with our method. So I'm gonna explain this, but I would like that you can feel it in the class. So this is all that the Blaine and all the team, they are doing a lot of research and doing a lot of things, and this is the final recipe. Is that when you have a special recipe for cookies or brownies and they are all delicious, like when you are doing this special recipe, you are not changing anything, right? Because it's working. So what is the thing? We have a story. This is the TPRS recipe. Pay attention. This is very important. And the thing that we need to do is A is for addition. So if we are going to do this in the demo, that is gonna start in 5 minutes. We need to do addition, and then we need to do circle, and then we are going to do triangle questions, and then we are going to describe the situation. Okay, I'm gonna explain. So we have a story, and we're gonna leave this right now with the Hungarian. And we have a story with a character. And the character has a little story, okay? And then we need to add, A is for add, some details in the story. And then we have some sentences in the story. And we have 100% of comprehension, okay? So when you say that you have a story, I'm gonna do this with Hungarian. Then you have this character and you have some story with the character. Then we have circle. Circle means that you have your class and then you are going to ask some questions, but you need to ask for little responses, okay? Not big things. It's only a word. You need a yes, you need a no, or you need a name, okay? So this is for circle. Then you have triangle. Triangle, that is a question that you are asking to one person in the class. It could be a student or it could be an actor, because we have something, especially in the TPRS classes, we have different characters. We have, for example, Madonna, or we have Mr. Biden, or we have Mickey Mouse. So we have different characters, and you can ask to Mickey Mouse, oh, Are you a cat? Are you a cat? And then he needs to say, no, I am a mouse because it's Mickey Mouse. Okay? We're gonna do this in class in Hungarian. I'm gonna explain that a little more. And then you are expecting a sentence. Okay? So this is for circle, triangle, and then when you have a piece of language that could be 2, 3, 4 sentences, then you have describe the situation. Okay? Describe the situation is a little paragraph of the story. And then you can see and you can hear the production in your class. You are doing this first as a teacher, and then you can do some students, some volunteers, and then everyone. You do this recipe alone in your class, and this is the repetition that your students need to acquire the language. You are doing this with the rich, repetitive, interesting, comprehensible, high frequency words, and you are doing this in a fun way. It needs to be very fun, okay? It's a story that is good. So let me check with you the demo. Are you ready? Are you ready to learn some Hungarian?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So what I'm going to do, this is a little explanation, like 3 minutes explanation about how is going to be the class. You need to pay attention. If you are able to open your camera, will be great because then I can see you. We are doing a lot of gestures. So I can see your eyes. I can see, how it's going, because when you have students, you need to see what is going on with the students, okay? So make a statement. We are going to have a sentence, and then the students need to answer with interest, okay? So I'm gonna do this in English. For example, if I say, I am a girl in English, o yo soy una chica in español, if you are doing Spanish. I am a girl, and you need to say, wow, like very interesting. Oh, tú eres una chica, are you a girl? Wow. And then if it's something that is really sad, yo estoy triste, I am very sad. You need to say, oh no, but you need to do it. Oh no, okay? So you need to be the best student, best version of a student today. Now, the student answered the question with a choral response. So if I say class, in Hungarian I will say mindenki. This is the word in Hungarian for class. You need to say yes. And then I can hear that you are with me. You are involved. You are engaged, okay, in the class. Now, if I have a question and you say yes. Am I a girl? Class?
Yes.
Yes. But probably you don't know something about me. Am I in Colorado? So you don't know. You don't know. But you need to guess. You can say yes or you can say no. Okay? And then I will confirm the real story. Okay? So, am I in Colorado, class?
No.
No. Class, I am in Indiana. Ooh, you say, wow. So this is something that is like the game that we are using in class to engage our students, okay? So they can use proper nouns. Like, for example, if I say, class, do I have a Ferrari?
Yes.
Oh, no, I have a Lamborghini.
Wow.
So we can use proper nouns because sometimes when you are teaching the language, your students, they don't know how to say car or carro, right? So they can say Lamborghini, they can say Ferrari, whatever, like the brand, right? You can say, I am in Target. Ooh, am I in Target? I am not in Walmart. So we are using like proper nouns that your students know to say, for example, grocery store, okay? So we use proper nouns. Let's get started. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
See, okay. So here is the class. So we have this presentation, and you have here the story about George. Okay? Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
So we have a bunch of information, but everything is Hungarian and English. So if you have any question, whatever, I am learning Hungarian, so I know a little, not so much. But for example, if I say mindenki, it means everyone. In English, we say class, okay? Class. If I want to say nagyon, it means very good. Because in the class, all the time, we are encouraging the students. If they are trying to produce, we are saying very good, correct, very good. So I'm going to say nagyon in Hungarian, okay? What else? So we have a kid that is George. And when I ask you something about George or about the thing that we are going to learn in Hungarian, you can say nem for no, nem, and igen if it's yes. Igen, okay? If I am ask you something, for example, if I say key is for who? I'm gonna do like this. Key. Do you want to do it with me? And then I know that you are with me. Key. If I want to say, for example, where are you? I'm gonna see hall. That means where, okay?
Oh,
If I want to say me, it means what? And it's like this. Me, okay? Mi core is when. Mi core is
Nico.
when. Okay, let's get started. So I would like to share with you the information about the class, okay? When I say mindenki, you need to say igen back, okay? I'm gonna tell you the story about George, and then you are going to try to give me short answer as a group. You can say nem, igen. Sí or no? Yes or no? Okay? So let's try. Mindenki.
Egan.
Again.
Igen. Very good. Es George. Oh, this is the statement. This is the thing that is very interesting. Mindenki
Again.
es George. It means this is George. Okay? Es in Hungarian means this is. Okay? Mindenki
Again.
Egan.
es George.
Oh.
Wow. Yes, is George. Mindenki.
Again.
Egan.
George egi fiú. George is a boy. George egi fiú.
Oh.
Oh.
Mindenki.
Again.
Egan.
The word for girl is Lani. Okay? Lani is for girl. Mindenki.
Egan.
Georgie egi fiú Baji or Lani.
We.
Few.
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 Nayon. George egi few. Georgie egi few. When I say kerdes, it means question, okay? Because in Hungarian, sometimes the accent and the thing, it can be like hard for us because we don't have any relation with Hungarian. So, Bindenki, Kerdes, a question. Kerdes. Ki, George. Few, Baji, Lani.
Few.
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 Na very good. Na George, Eji, few. George, Eji, few. Christine.
Again.
When I have a question for you, I'm gonna use the verbs, okay?
Okay.
So when I am ask you, baggy, that is the same like in here, is you are, okay? Baggy, baggy. If I want to say you're not, name baggy, okay?
Name baggy. Okay.
Christine, baggy, few, baggy, Lani.
Vagi Lani.
So when I want to say I am, bayok.
Oh, Vayok Lani.
Na Name, baggy, few. Name, baggy, few. Baggy, Lani. Tú no eres un chico, you are not a boy, you're a girl, right? Good job. Mindenki.
Again.
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 Kerdes. George, Egi, few, Baji, Lani.
George, Eggy, Lani.
George, Egi, Lani?
9. No. George, Eggy, Few.
Na yon yo.
Jackson, you need to go that way.
Good job. Is George, Egi, few.
Because I'm not going to be staying home all day.
Sorry?
You want me to give you a ride?
I think Carmen needs to meet.
Sorry.
Carmen, are you with us? Okay.
Yes, but
What is your question?
I was talking to my son. I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. It's okay. So, Karina,
Egan.
George, Egi, few. Kerdes?
No, Nim. No. Egan. George Edgy Few.
Give me a sentence. Very good. George, Egi, few. Very good. Mindenki.
Egan.
Mr. Biden, Egi, few. Baji, Lani.
Mr. Biden, AG, few.
Few. Na yon yo. Mindenki.
Egan.
Es George, Baji, crocodile.
Nim.
What
George
did I say?
Edgy.
Es George, Baji, crocodile.
Name.
Is there is, so this is George or a crocodile. Is George, Baji, crocodile.
Is George.
George. Mindenki.
Egan.
Let's say. Saide, Ejilani. Oh, you be surprised. Es Saide Ejilani.
Oh.
Classic. Bayok, Bayok Lani Baji Few. Bayok, Bayok Lani Baji Few.
Lani.
Lani, Lani, yeah. Na yon yo. Let's describe the situation. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready? So when I
Egan.
say describe the situation is because I want that you can be mute and then you can say, retell the story to yourself. Okay? So what is the story that we have? It's only 4 sentences in Hungarian. We are going to say, is George egy fiú, es Saide egy lány. 4 sentences. That's it. So you go and mute yourself and you retell the story and you hear yourself speaking in Hungarian. Okay? Do that for me, 40 seconds. 40 seconds. I can see your lips that you are doing the homework. You are doing the effort. Okay. So what is the next part? I am going to say the story again. I'm going to say the story again. And then I would like that someone can say the story back to me. Okay? Es George egy fiú, es Saide egy lány. Who wants to try? Oh, perfect. All of you guys. Okay, let's go with Christine, Karina, and Nidia.
Es George egy fiú, es Zaida egy lány.
Good job. Woo! Na Who is next? Karina?
As George Edgy Fui. As Zade Edgilani.
Perfect. Good job. Na George Eji Fiu. Saide Eji Lani. Okay? Now, who's going? Rita? Oh, no. Sorry about that. Who was the other teacher? Nidia, go. You open your microphone.
I'm having some technical difficulties. Just a minute.
Oh, no worries. No worries.
Okay. Es George egy fiú, es Zaide egy lány.
Very good. Celebration. Na Naid, do you want to try?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Saide AJ Lani, George AJ Few.
Few. Very good. Na Okay, class. A little more of information. Ooh, class. I mean, Mindenki.
Igen.
George, California, Van. Oh, you need to be surprised. You are not surprised. George, California, Van.
Oh.
So it means George is in California. Okay? George is in California. George, California, Van. Mindenki.
Igen.
Key, California, Van.
George,
very good. George, California, Van. Mindenki.
Igen.
Nahid, California, Van. Nahid is our participant. Can you see her? Nahid, California, Van. Igen, Bagi, Nem. Nahid, Indiana, Van Van. Oh,
Egan.
oh,
Ooh.
Nahid, Indiana, Van Van. Mindenki.
Egan.
En Indiana, Van Van, Bayok.
Igen.
Igen. Yo estoy, right? I am in Indiana. Yes, indeed. En Indiana, Van Van, Bayok. Bayok. Okay? Rita, te Indiana, Van Van, Van Vaji? Van Van Vaji?
Indiana, Banban, Vayok.
Very good, very good. You are in Indiana. Very good. Let's say Mr. Biden, Indiana, Van Van. Mr. Biden?
No.
No,
Nim.
no, 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 no. Mr. Biden, Washington, D.C., Van Van.
Egan.
Egan.
Igen. Mindenki.
Igen.
Hol Mickey Mouse. Hol Mickey Mouse Van.
Mickey
Kérdez.
Mouse,
California.
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 Ban.
California. No, Mickey Mouse, California, Van Van.
Very good. Mickey Mouse, California, Van Van. Vaji, Florida, Van Van. Mickey Mouse, California, Van Van. Mickey Mouse, Florida, Van Van. Right? See, very good. Celebration. Good job. So this is the model of the class. And the idea of like being to these kind of workshops for free, and then you can see a class with a language that you don't know, is because you can feel how is going like a class for your student. Okay, so you can feel to be a student with a language that probably you don't know. So I would like to hear you. It was good, it was easy, it was scary. How was? You can tell me.
Was great.
It was
Awesome.
fun?
All of the above.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
Yes, indeed.
Very
I
awesome.
know.
Thank
And
you.
this is a language that probably you are not hearing like all days, right? So what is the idea? At the end of the class, we would like to have this finger check with the students. So we need to ask them, it was easy. When I say something, did you comprehend everything? Comprehension. And I would like that you can tell me it was a 5 or it was a 4. Show me your hands, your fingers. Good job, Nidia. Okay, great. Good. So when you see probably a 3 or a 2, then you need to do the thing again. Because students that show you a 3 or a 2 needs more repetition. That's the thing. And our work is to give them a lot of comprehension. Okay, with gestures, with translation, with everything that they need to comprehend. Okay, so you do this finger check about comprehension and about production. How were you feeling about the production when you are saying the story about George and Sadie? 5, it was easy. 4, it was kind of hard. Show me your fingers. Good job. Nice. So you, in your class, you have this finger check that is a free resource in our website to check comprehension and production with our TPRS class. Okay? So I would like to know, what did I do to help you to learn Hungarian? What percentage of the time was spent in Hungarian? How many questions? You feel that we have a lot of questions during the class? Like a lot? Like, where is George? Is it George? Is it Zaire? These kind of things? And we would like a very good level of comprehension, repetition, interesting, comprehensible, the reach. Remember the reach that we would like to have in our class. So what is the thing now? If you want to learn more, if you want to have more about this amazing method, you can visit our website, tprsbooks.com. And also, we would like to give you something very special, and is like a special discount. This is some videos that we would like to have, if we have time, that are classes online of Spanish, Blaine teaching Spanish. So we are going that you can attend a training with us. We have a training this Monday. It starts this Monday. It's gonna be in English and in Spanish. We have the TPRS University in English and in Spanish, and you can have benefits because you were here in this workshop. So if you are interested, just contact me and we are going to give you a special discount with my name. Okay, you can use my name and then you can have a special discount. Okay, so that was everything today. I would like to know if you have any question. This is the time for questions. If you have any question for me about the methodology, about the workshop, about additional help that you need.
Yes, I have a question. So the book that has the 50 words or the words that we're supposed to use per quarter, is that on your website? And I
Yes.
want to also thank you for your time and all this information. It's very helpful.
Okay. Yes, my pleasure. So about the language that you need to use in class, we have the curriculum. I'm going to show you the curriculum because the curriculum is the material that you can use during your class. So we have online curriculum and we have the print version. What is the language that you're teaching?
In English, I'm sorry.
English. Okay. So let me show you the curriculum and then you can see the words. I can share the words with you, okay?
Okay.
If you write me an email, saide@tprsbooks, I'm going to send you the high frequency words. So we have different languages. We have the curriculum for English, French, Italian. We are doing Hungarian right now, Chinese, Japanese, a lot of languages. But mostly, I'm going to show you the English. That probably is the one that you are interested in. So we have, this is the curriculum. And this is for level 1 and 2, okay? And these are like the stories that you are going to use in the class. Also, we have the teacher's guide. In this teacher's guide is the place that you are going to find the guide words, like the high frequency words that you need to use. Of course, you need to use the words like in an order that we suggest. So I'm going to show you the general thing. And we have the stories. We have all the slides. This is like the index that you can find all the information. And in guide words at a glance is the vocab that we need to use. Okay? So I'm going to show you. This is like some information about what we have today. And these are the guide words. Okay? So in chapter 1, in the story that we share with the students, we are using these words. You are using the 16 verbs that are more used in every language and also the vocabulary that you students need to have. So these are the guide words. Of course, I can send it to you. And the most important thing is that we as teachers, we need to have a lot of help for preparation, right? To lesson plan and everything. So this is the curriculum that we already created for you. And then your classes are going to be easier because you have all the material in here. You have the order of the words. You have the presentation. For example, this is the first slide that we teach with very beginners. What kind of like students you have? Ages and grades.
I have 10 and 11-year-olds.
Okay.
I teach intermediate Spanish in college.
Perfect.
I'm
Linda?
teaching for higher intermediate. Do you have something for higher intermediate for conversation class?
Yes, we have something that is the reading part. I'm going to show you. So this is the slide that was like the George one for Hungarian, but it's the English version. So if you have a basic student, you can use this. Okay, and you have the story that we have today. Oh, there is a boy. Is there a girl? No, it's a boy. Okay, the boy is George or the boy is John? No, it's George. Okay, is George a boy or an elephant? Oh, no, he's a boy. So you have the story and you are using the verbs that we need to use. And then you keep going and you start to use he's in California, right? And then you say, oh, but there is a problem. And then we go with the verb have, to have. Oh, I have a problem. Do you have a problem? Or George has a problem. So this is the information that you need to know about the order that you need to have in the presentation, the guide words, the story. So we have this story, but you need to do it like in a way that is fun, that is engaged, that you are using the high frequency words, you are hearing the production of your student, then you know that they are robust. So we have the story, and then we are saying that George doesn't have a Coca-Cola. Oh no! But do you have a Coca-Cola, Nidia? Do you? No? Oh no! So George doesn't have a Coca-Cola. Wow, class, I have a Coca-Cola. But George doesn't have a Coca-Cola. We do a lot of gestures. We are using the story in a very nice way. For intermediate level, we are having the library. Okay? Can you see the book about Ricardo?
Not yet.
Okay. Sorry, we have a lot of snow here and it's kind of tricky, the internet, So this is Ricardo's trip. This is a level 2. And then we have the chapter 1, the chapter 2. We have audio so the student can hear. And you are using the book, but you are doing TPRS with the book. So you are asking a lot of questions. The students need to respond to you in the first person. For example, you say, oh, tú eres Ricardo. You are Ricardo, okay? Ricardo, where are you? ¿Dónde estás? Right? And then you start to do a lot of questions about the book. So the students need to read, and then you start to do a lot of questions, checking comprehension and checking robust, that they are doing like a good job. They are being like more robust in the language. So we have this material that is basic, and we have the intermediate level, and everything is in the website. So if you are interested, like to have more information about the material, please write me an email, okay? Saide@TPRS book. I'm gonna put it in the chat. And we can have a meeting, and we can talk a little more about the material or anything that you need, okay? Do you have any question?
No.
I'm gonna put my email in the chat, and also my phone number. If you want to just write me, we can have a meeting, okay? And where are you, Christine?
Indiana.
Indianapolis?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I remember you. Okay, so it's a pleasure to be here. It was an amazing class. Do you like Hungarian?
Yes.
Yes, it was fun. Excellent. Ooh. So that's the thing. We need to have this kind of, like engagement with the class, and then they can learn easily. They can acquire the language easily because they are engaged with the story. That's our goal. Okay, so this is a beautiful time. Please write down my information and let me know if we can help you in any matter.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're very welcome. Rita,
Thank you.
Yeah.
bye-bye.
bye.
Bye.
Have a good day.
You too.
You.